I had a problem, but my mic doesn't have a problem. Oh, apparently I already started, so we're just gonna,
Just roll with it. Yeah.
yeah, we're just gonna roll with it and hope it doesn't crap out again. I'm
Yeah.
here with Tom Grady for the official first year of the podcast. We just taped about what 15 minutes
We
of
did.
pure comedic gold, and it's all
Pure.
it's all crap now. So we're gonna do the. This happened with me and my mother, but it was because of her iPhone. I'm starting to think it's this. Honest with you, I've had problems with it. It's not
Mm,
worth. It's not worth being on YouTube for it. I mean, people have professional podcasts on here, and this is supposed to be a app, so to speak, but it's not.
right.
It's not treating me like one. That's for
No,
sure. It's treating me
well.
like pure crap, not pure app. We wasted our toast and everything.
Oh, we
We
did.
toasted our
Let's
drinks.
retoast. Yeah,
Let's do it
toast.
again. Boom. There
George,
you go. Boom.
happy first year anniversary.
Thank you, sir. And I was before we were rudely interrupted by my app. I was
Yes.
explaining that there could only be one person on this first year anniversary. Ask Kickery of all podcasts. You have the most downloads of all. Krista and Don are behind you by 5. You were fluctuating for a little while, but you've been ahead for most of the of your reign, if you will, which is hard to
My
do because
my
well,
tenure as a
yes,
professional podcast guest. I
that's
don't know.
that's right. But and if I'll tell you, your agent Dave Fabry is the one to. I was trying to get you that a little bit. All right, maybe a little bit. I was trying to
Almost.
get you.
Yeah. My
Trying to
my
get you.
agent. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. My agent slash cousin David Fabry. Yes.
he was campaigning for your return, and he got his wish. Little did he know what was happening, anyways. But we'll give him the credit for it.
Well, he was, and I'm glad you brought it up because we were having lunch the other day, and David actually said to me that I gave everyone in the world a shout out except him. So thank you for beating me to the punch. I'm sure David will be very pleased with you, and again, disappointed with me. So
Well, it's par for the course.
it
Again, I'll recycle the joke. We got to stop recycling this. It's not as funny as the first time.
it was
It,
good though. It was good.
it was good. It was all right. It was all right. Little bit. Of
Mm,
course, Tom being the golfing. Now, what are you? Are you a golfing Are you what do you classify
no,
yourself?
I is strictly amateur, nothing. Weekend golfer.
All right, but aren't you?
At one point, I was an assistant professional. Yes,
Okay,
no
okay,
more.
that's what I was looking
Yeah,
for. That's what I was looking for.
yeah, because you have to keep up with that. It's like you have to maintain a certain within the New England PGA, and I just can't do it, won't do it, don't have the time, don't have the talent anymore. It's one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
You lose it. I think I explained it on the first podcast. If you don't play basketball for a year and you run out there and try to, you know, do the
Hoops it up.
Dr. J sky hook or whatever. What did that guy do? Is that what it was? That yeah.
Backwards way game to land, thunder flying, rope design crying, tea shaking, glass breaking, rump roasting, bun toasting, wham bam, glass breaker, I am jam. That's what he. Oh no, wait, that was me, Doctor G. I'm sorry. That's what
Dr. G. No,
Doctor J just did the basic stuff. I did that, all that
yeah.
stuff.
I've
My
seen
bad.
you play basketball, George. Well, actually, I probably haven't seen you play basketball in over 30 years, maybe longer. But
Accurate.
um, yeah, I don't believe you and Dr. J were in the same.
Well,
Should even be in the same sentence.
that's
I
true.
yeah.
Except is not George
It
Newman
is
is not
right.
Doctor J. Maybe that.
Correct. Correct.
And actually, before I left home, I was showing you my my Batman T-shirt. That's from the Zack Snyder's uncut thing on HBO Max. I forget what it's called. It's
Got to be a better way to say that.
it,
Absolutely, because
but
if you're looking at Zack Snyder's uncut anything, we need to,
you
this
know,
yeah, there's some issues.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's in black and white though. It's artsy, I think.
Yeah, I think it was called the director. No, not the director's cut. It's the Snyder cut, just the Snyder cut.
It looks so good. It's got his own name after it. I
It
like it.
it it does. Yes. A lot of surgeons are going to start implementing that. Actually, a
Yes.
lot of rabbis will be using that as well.
Oy, oy
Oy,
vey.
So, did you like it?
I thought it was fantastic. I really did. I had every intention of liking it, but I would be honest if I didn't, and I did. What I like about it a lot is that it comes in 6 parts, so you can just it's a 4 hour movie, and everyone wants their money's worth for everything. Like, oh, this is too long. Well, you're getting tons of money worth for a 4 hour movie. Um, you can watch it in parts. So and they all it's a story, but they do it in a way that you can just break it up.
Right, but you didn't watch it in the whole 4 hours.
Not in a row. I watched it, I think, in two parts. I think I watched three and three.
So I guess I must be the only clown that sat down and took 4 hours out of a day on a Sunday to watch that, whole.
But you once you saw part two come up, you kind of had a.
Oh, I had an inkling, but I mean,
You just chose the one.
I just didn't want to stop.
What
You
did you
know.
think of it?
Well,
Oh, you don't.
yeah, I liked it. The first one was a little more tame, I guess,
Yeah.
and we never would have known how good that could have been had this not come out. So that makes me wonder how many other movies could have a director's version or something like that. I'm sure a lot of movies do have director's versions, but I'm talking about the DC movies or the Marvel movies and stuff like that. But again, it's such a I think it's an overplayed genre right now. I
Yeah.
mean, I like it, but it seems like everybody is putting out something that has got a cape. And Roseanne used to say, "I can't watch anything that has a cape in it," or something to that effect. Because I think I tried to get her to go see Iron Man when it came out or something, or one of those, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Yeah, no, I don't do capes," one of those things. She couldn't suspend her disbelief, I think was her exact wording. But it's not for everybody. So I can't see people actually that aren't really digging it to sit down for a whole 4 hour. So I don't know if I'd want more movies like that, but this one was pretty good.
I do Wonder Woman for 4 hours. What? Did I say that weird?
Yeah.
Did I say
No.
that? Was that weird?
Yeah. I think you meant 4 minutes.
Oh, you know what? That's probably more accurate. You're right. That's right. You're like George
My God,
Burns.
this.
You do the thing and then beer. That's good. Now, what kind of
Yeah,
beer is that?
that's.
We just had this discussion, but it got lost. And I'll have a director's cut of this, by the way, for us.
that
So
that would be that would be
yeah, see,
fantastic.
what do
So
we got going?
this is Castle Island Brewery, and it's their 5th year anniversary Russian Imperial Stout. Now this brewery is actually down your way, I believe. I
Oh
want to
yeah,
say I
whereabouts?
think it might be in Canton, I think, or some
Oh, okay,
sound.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Billy lives in Stoughton, so it's kind of. So when I go down and see him, sometimes I stop in there and stuff like that. But he actually he had something to do with the um, business early on or something, like invested some money or something. So he goes there a lot more than I do, and he'll send these up to me. So it's pretty nice.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
decent beer. Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Now, I do have to read this. We need to regurgitate one more thing because I can't have you without thanking my mother ad nauseum like you just did. Even though it pained
Oh
me to
well,
hear it, you have to do it again because
I know. Yeah. So what we were talking about is when we were talking about David Fabry earlier,
yes,
and I said that his masonry business, is located in Stoneham. All right,
that's him right
that's
now.
enough of.
That's Dave
Yeah,
going,
no,
"Hey, this is great.
nope,
I love you
nope.
guys."
That's enough of that. That's silence. That's
That's
first.
Roseanne going, "He Iron Man doesn't have a cape, so there."
Yeah, you got me there, didn't you? And I knew as soon as I said Iron Man, it might have been the wrong movie, but I knew it was one of them. But no, I had mentioned that David Fabry had a masonry business, and he came to Stoneham to my
And
mom's house
I don't know how he
and
found it.
put a new put a new wall up, and I wanted to thank your mom for standing behind me in solidarity with the pronunciation of Stoneham.
I'm sorry, I can't hear a word you're saying. I just
Yeah, did it cut out again? Do we have
the
to
phone.
start for a third time now?
You might
Yeah.
have to. No, you are legitimately a
I hope not.
Stoneham person, though, right? You're not just doing it to bust balls. You legitimately call it
Oh,
Stoneham.
yeah, legit. I do. I
Okay.
do. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's people look at me funny, but they've been
Could be the
looking at me funny
glasses.
for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They
Well, it
went
could
to
be
the.
my glasses. Is that what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
What's that
Yeah. Well.
speck on your glasses, Tom? That's a
Yeah.
way to look at you funny.
Well, they are funny glasses, aren't they? But again, now that you're in the what do we call it? The Progressives Club.
The Progressive Club, yes,
Yeah,
yes. The
they're
PC.
not.
We're
Then
PC, Tom. We're
that's right.
PC.
They're not bifocals anymore. We can't
Right.
go around offending bifocal glasses.
That's right.
We have to lump them in with the progressives.
Yes.
I,
Yes.
I don't want to get arrested for hate speech against bifocals, or anything. So
They have a right. I mean,
um,
there's,
they do.
we're not going to
Their
talk.
glasses too, George. Their glasses too.
Glasses are people too, I think, or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
What's that?
glasses are people. How about people are people?
Ooh, and why can't we be?
I don't know. And why should it be? But
Oh, and
the
why should
last
it be?
podcast we talked about Depeche Mode,
Yes, and
if
that's
you
what
remember
I
correctly.
do.
And didn't they get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I think it was based on my podcast.
It might have been. I think they
People
listened to it.
watching they
That's right.
listened to it and they realized, and Depeche Mode finally got into the 2020 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That explains the royalty checks to me. I didn't realize what they were. I just took
Yeah,
them. I accepted them. I just listen. You're gonna write me a check. I'm gonna cash it. So it's simple.
you're welcome.
I love the pause. You're welcome.
Mm,
That was good. That was very well done.
That's it. That is it.
No,
No, we were talking about Krista and Dawn, and Krista and Bonnie, and Krista and Melissa, and Krista and
by
like
yourself.
15
By
and
yourself.
15 other people in Krista. Listen, I'm coming
Okay.
for you, Krista. I'm coming for you.
Listen.
I'm
All
gonna
of
start rounding. I'm gonna start rounding random people up and having podcasts with George, and we're gonna talk about 60-day marriage, 80th
oh man.
fiance.
So close.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna talk about Little Brother and all of
Little
these
brother.
shows. Yeah, and the Jimmy Matthews Band, whatever. We're gonna talk about it all, and
Well,
I am gonna. I don't know.
that was genius because Dave Matthews has a song called Jimmy Thing. So you actually
Oh, does
combined
he
the
really?
song. Yeah, yeah, it's a
Oh,
really good
okay.
song.
All
Yeah,
right. Well, see,
I like
I
that.
know more. I know more than I let on about Davy.
See, Davey, we call him Davey. Those in the know
We
call him Davey.
those in the know call him Davy.
Yeah,
We march to his ants, don't we?
we do. We
Oh, I
do.
to
Look
see.
at
I see.
you.
I
Oh,
know a little.
really? You have so much to say, and I should just let you say it.
Yeah, you really should. As a matter of fact, you can actually walk away, put the cardboard cutout that because you have to. There you go. Bye bye. Since you're such a since you're such a famous podcaster now, you actually
Yeah,
do have to have like some kind of a bobblehead or a cutout or
I've
whatever,
I've
right?
got
Yeah.
a.
Oh, you
What's that?
do. That's fantastic.
Do you know what that is?
No.
No, they're
What
little.
is that?
They're little. Basically, they are kind of like little. Um, it's not worth getting into, to be honest with you, because I can't describe it. I'd have to show you one, and I don't have the means to do that. But
Just don't you say, Bonnie, bring the Funko Pop.
bring the Funko. I usually say just bring the
Yeah.
fun, but then
Oh,
if
just
I have,
bring the fun. Yeah.
yeah, just bring the fun
I don't
because
even know.
it's
Did I even say that right? Is it called Funko Pop?
don't act like no, Tom. I know
No,
I saw
I.
the one that when you walked away with it to get it on the screen. I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You moved your Iron Man Funko Pop to the left so I wouldn't see it in the shot.
I did. I did. No. I was very excited that they got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Um,
What was
I
their
thought they
biggest hit?
did.
Was it people?
Oh, I mean
Deep
that.
cut?
Yeah, that is People Are People, but I don't know if that's their biggest hit. Some of their later stuff was really good, but I mean, I kind of stopped listening to them after Violator in 1991, which I think Violator was 1991. You know that All I Ever Wanted, All I Ever Needed, that
I
song.
think so. I think
Yeah,
I only
he's
know the radio hits.
he's walking on the mountain. The whatever. He's got a king outfit on. Yeah,
I'm gonna start
y-
describing Funko Pops again so we can get so
please,
you can.
let's get away from this. Yeah, sorry I mentioned that.
Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll tell you the Crystal story that I told you I was going to tell you. I have a
Oh,
funny.
that's right. You mentioned that. And
I
by
have
the
a
way,
funny.
before you tell that Krista story, I just want to say I love her to death, love Dawn to death, love Melissa to death. I'm really not trying to out podcast anybody. You guys do a great job when you're there, and I want to hear more. So
I never. I never.
I think she should get some of the people from the randoms from Fusion.
Oh,
Yeah, like maybe get some of the people from the bar, like Jackie Mahoney or a couple of other people. And I think that would be a good pod. Actually, she should do a podcast from Fusion.
I'll bring it to them. We'll do it remotely.
Yep, and I will
That's good.
peek in the window because I'll be too ashamed to walk in and
You'll be
be
the
a part
peaking
of it. So
blinders.
yes. Oh my God, isn't that show that people like about horses or something?
I thought it was Chinese takeout. To be honest, I really had no idea.
No, that's Peking Blinders.
Oh, see, that's the difference right there. Because I first heard of them with Shannon on my first podcast. We talked.
Peaky Blinders. Yeah, right.
I had no idea what it was. I really didn't. And she loved the
What's his
show.
name?
And I
Cillian Murphy or Killian Murphy or whatever. I don't know.
who
Cillian. It would be silly to pronounce it like that, I guess.
it would be.
The Irish actor.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have no idea. Yeah, th-
Yeah.
that sounded Asian. What? What's his name?
George, this podcast is getting banned.
What's happening? We need to start. I want to rig it so we have to start over again.
Please do. Let's go. All right. So you're gonna tell me a story about Krista?
Here's the funny thing. It's not actually about Krista. It's just a story that I don't even know if she knows that this even happened. Um, the reason I'm saying this story on our podcast that we couldn't do because her iPhone was crap or whatever. I don't know what it was, but because you remember my 2 episodes ago, I did the year end cat. Did it by myself. Well, I had done 2 previous tries with my mother. I even took a screenshot and put it on my webpage, my Facebook page, advertising it.
Saying that she was going to be on. I remember that. Yes.
I learned a lesson that day too, so you don't do that. And Krista, I had to have Krista in some way, shape, or form because everyone loves Krista, and I would have her on every. I know it's up to me, but if I didn't care about new people, I'd have her on every other episode. It would be Krista, and then Krista apologizing to the people she offended. Krista again, apology to her, to those people she offended on that one. But to give you credit, Tom, because I did kind of slurp you a little bit in the podcast that isn't. I had to have you because you were. Did we talk about this on this one or just that one? I don't remember. It's blurring now. I don't want to talk about it again if we just did it.
Yeah, I think you already did say that. I think it's something about the most downloads, and
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
had to be you, and we tried to get you on earlier, but not tried, but I asked. But once I realized it was getting closer to year. I said I'm waiting for the year because I don't want
Right.
to get them. I wanted to have you for that reason. Plus, I wanted to have you back. But
Mm.
um,
Well, and
but
thank you for having me back, by the way.
of course. I was going to apologize for being so long, but it's actually kind of perfect because it is the exact day. Like my first podcast with Shannon was on June 7th, or released on June 7th, and that worked.
Yeah.
There's got to be
Which
some
which
calendar or
was
something we can look at.
Yeah, that first one was really nice. She seems like a very nice person, that Shannon. And she
She's
was on
great.
twice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
she's great. She's a lot of fun. I'm actually trying to get her, but she has a laptop issue and that she doesn't have one. That's
Well, yeah.
probably an
Oh,
issue.
that's a big issue.
That's
Now
an issue.
she's a bartender, right?
I believe she is. Yes,
Yeah.
bartender slash
Okay. Yeah.
server. Yes, she does
Yeah.
it all.
Mm.
She
Good.
does
Good.
it all. But I was at Town Day with Krista and her family.
It's a beautiful family.
It really is, isn't it?
No, it really is. They're
Even
they're also they're also handsome.
even the dog.
The dog's cute as hell. Yes. Well, actually, did you see Melissa Passanisi's new? Melissa Passanisi Thorne's new dog.
Eddie.
Yeah, a beautiful dog. I mean,
Yeah,
it makes me want to get a dog.
really.
Yeah, but I gotta wait till my cat shuffles this mortal coil, which I fear won't be too long. But again, I don't know if it's fair to get a dog in a condo situation.
For the tenants, the neighbors, you mean?
No, I mean just for the dog itself. I mean, I suppose I could get like a little like a rat terrier or something like that, and it would be happy with the space. No, that's an actual real dog. Oh, is it Jack Terrier or Rat Terrier? I think this. I think it's a Jack Rat
I was
Terrier.
gonna say
But
I was gonna say that. I was really
yeah, I
was.
know you were. That's 'cause I know you. But a smaller dog, I think it would be okay. But I think if you get a larger dog, you kind of need the backyard and to
Oh,
give it a
okay.
place to run and stuff like that. And I don't think it would be fair to get a large breed dog without having a backyard. And especially, I work in Boston. I'm gone almost all day. I don't think it would just be fair. So I'd have to wait until I'm in a different living situation where I had a backyard or something like that. Because I don't really want a small dog. If I get a dog, I want to get a dog like, like Eddie, you know,
Get it?
like that size. Because he's gonna be a big boy. Like I see the pictures and his paws are, he's gonna be a big boy.
I think that works.
That's exactly what they say.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to go off on that little tangent there. You
No,
were saying
please,
something
please.
about Krista
I
and the
was.
story.
I was,
Let's
but
go.
I think you should. Like, I love the way you do that. You go, you give me the pause so you can take a drink. That's totally that's podcast 101. If you get someone up to say something while you chug it, I don't care. I just go like this. Tom, you know what? Hold on.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Okay, now I'm
I'm
back.
George. I'm a professional.
You're a professional. That's right. We
Yeah.
made that. But we're town day. Okay. Now, I believe this is the first time um, I met her family, and
Yeah.
at the end of our town day, Eric Hines. I'm watching Fan Gourmet. Eric Hines is on for stockholders, by the way. He's a
Uh,
past guest. Eric Hines.
Oh,
He,
past
he
guest of yours?
yeah, he owns restaurants on Route 3 South. He's the king of Route 3 South, and he's on.
And this didn't ruin him? He's still in business?
No,
No,
no, honestly he's killing it. His stockholders is
really?
huge. Yeah, he has some
I don't know
big,
anything about him. I
yeah,
know
no,
you said something, the king of Route 3 North or so
Route 3
South or
South, Route
Route
3
3
South.
South.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
That's Eric Hines. Um, and I think it's the first time I met her family. So at the end of
Hmm.
the time we're talking, they bumped into some neighbors of theirs. The kid, their kids, Krista and Larry, basically. And they're talking to the neighbors, and I don't know the neighbors. They don't know me, so I'm just they're not we're not talking. I have nothing to say. They have nothing. So it's not rude. It's just I'm not involved in the conversation. So I'm daydreaming. And I've got my oak. You see my Oakleys, right? Of course, you see my
Yes.
Oakleys. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yes.
you see
I've
my
actually
Oakleys.
started a GoFundMe to get you a new pair of sunglasses.
Well,
No, no,
I
no.
have prescription sunglasses now. I don't need them.
Okay, yeah. All right, no, go ahead.
It's crazy. I tried to get the Oakleys. They can't do it because of the blade. They won't do a
I,
progressive blade.
I did
Bastards. I
see
would have
them.
done it. I would have done it. Well, you
Those
need that.
remind me of the ones the Terminator had, like 1984 year Oakleys. I mean, yeah, and don't do the "I'll be back" or
I
get to
was
the
just gonna
chopper.
do it.
I told you, I know you, you know.
You know
But
me.
anyway,
We can go months without anything or years without anything. It seems it's right back where we left off. It's
yeah,
crazy.
we do, yeah, yeah.
It's crazy, but because you can't see my eyes. So
Mm,
I'm daydreaming, and I must have been out for like 20 minutes. I was just daydreaming, and I wake up, and I'm looking. My head is facing Krista, and I turn to the right a little bit, and Larry's looking at me, and he's like this, like he thinks I've been. If he thinks I've been staring at Krista for the last 20 minutes, but my head didn't move because I was daydreaming. But if you saw my eyes, you can tell when someone's daydreaming. Eyes, because if you've seen that,
yeah,
you know when someone's out,
yeah.
and you would have known. But I have my Oakleys on, and I didn't know what to say. I wasn't gonna be like, I wasn't looking at your wife for 20. To be like, I wasn't looking at your wife for 20 minutes. I was literally daydreaming because I was not bored, but I just had nothing to contribute. You know what I
I,
mean?
I think, I think you might have, maybe should have said that
Well, so I just said nothing and just went like, oh, okay, sorry. You know?
because again, with the sunglasses, he doesn't know where those eyes are looking.
I know.
And was she facing you, or was
Yeah,
she away from you,
I
or?
don't remember. I just know that they would.
Oh,
They,
sure you don't.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure,
no, I
sure,
really
yeah.
don't. I was mortified because
Hmm.
I woke up. I'm like, holy crap! And then he's okay, dude. I
She
think
actually
I could be
showed she
wrong. I could
actually
be
showed
wrong.
me the jeans that she had on that day, and your eyes had burnt a hole through
That's right.
the.
That's right. Because of the Justice League. Who does that?
Mm-hmm.
Cyborg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Superman does it too. He has a cape though.
Yeah.
Roseanne
Yeah,
wouldn't have
we
seen
can't.
that
Yeah,
one.
we're not talking about him now. We don't want to anger anyone.
So I don't know if Larry thinks I was checking out Krista for the last 20
That's
minutes or so,
that's pretty
basically.
funny. The
But
first time I met Larry was actually at Fusion.
of course,
So yeah, yeah. So I think it was a few years ago now. A bunch of us just showed up to Fusion, and it was Dawn, her husband, Larry, Krista, myself. Um, God, of course Jackie Mahoney was there. There were a few other people there, but we had one of the big round tables that was like set up at the time next to the bar. And I just thought he was a really nice guy.
yeah.
Just really, he was talking to me like he had known me for years. It was, just it was nice. Like I said, that whole family is super sweet. And I actually bumped into them one time at the Leaning Tower of Pizza on
Saw
Route
is it?
One.
I bumped into them there once. That's
Did you
hysterical.
really?
Yeah, I was in
Yeah.
cat. I was
So
yeah.
yeah, at the time I was working at the data center in Wakefield, so I wanted to go get some lunch, and I was like, I'm just going to drive up to Route One and see what's going on. So I said, ah, hell with it, I'll go in there. And I was sitting there eating and, by myself at lunch, and Chris is like, "Come join us." I was like, "Ah," I said, "That is fantastic. Thank you. I think I will." Talking to her kids and stuff. Her kids, two really bright boys.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. So, but again, I think you've had her on too much. No,
Maybe. Maybe I might have.
no, no,
Another
no,
Dave
no,
Matthews
no.
song, too much, by the way, Tom. I don't know if you did that in purpose or
So
not.
no, I didn't. I'm doing really good with that.
You really are.
But yeah, I'm
And you
pretty.
said bartender. Bartender's a Dave Matthews song too.
Christ, I can't say anything without having me in a
If
Dave
if
Matthews song,
if
huh?
if pardon the pun, you're crushing it.
Oh, you talking about the REM in back of me?
No,
Oh,
no,
I
no,
thought
no.
Orange
They have
Crush.
a song called Crush.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I have no idea. You lost me there, man.
I did. I did.
I,
Well,
I
you did that REM behind you? See, this is what I don't like about wrestling. Okay, I right now I can see you pretty well, but if I want to see REM, I have to do that.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. It's just
I hate
just a
the
couple
headband.
of just a
Oh,
couple of
okay.
little
Those are
things
pretty
that's
cool.
yeah, they're like signed and numbered lithographs from a couple of their concerts, like back in 2000 or something like that, 2004 or something. I don't even remember. Yeah,
You
one,
remember?
no, one's 2004 in Boston, and I can't. The writing's too small, and I don't want to turn around and look at it because then you'll see the bald spot on the back of my head, and it'll be a whole issue, and I'll.
We don't want that. We'll just leave it the way it
Nope, yep. I got
is.
that. I got the baloney patch thing going on
The
up there.
baloney.
It's yeah, it's not attractive.
And there's the sip. You perfected that. That's Tom in every bar situation. That's right.
E- Well, you don't go to bars, but I'd imagine. Well, actually, you have been in a bar
No,
with
I
me, but
go
you
sure. I
yeah,
just don't
yeah,
drink. That's all. I'm allowed
right,
in.
yeah. I'd actually like to start doing that,
What?
not drinking.
Oh,
Not.
wait. Doesn't that mean you'd stop doing that? I don't what?
I'd like to
I'm gonna
start.
start not
No,
drinking.
I'd like to start not
I'm
drinking.
gonna start not
Yeah,
drinking.
yeah. I don't know. I just there's got to be better things to do
Today's not the
than.
day though.
No, it is not.
No, I'll draw out the question. What makes you want to stop drinking, or as you so eloquently put it,
Oh,
stop drinking?
oh yeah, right. I said like I don't know. Just oh, I thought maybe it'll feel better.
Yeah. Why you feel like
Yeah.
crap?
No, no, I don't feel like just sometimes I go out and have a few, and I'm just like, why am I having this? You know what I mean? Why am I? I mean, I like the taste of it, but I don't want to have it. I guess as much as I do. I guess
Oh, okay. So
you know.
are you a big go like your dog? Are you go big or go home, or can you have like right now you're drinking that Russian.
Yeah.
Is this going to take you through the day? Are you going to keep going? Like, what will you do? Will you have six? It's Saturday too. You're not
Oh
working.
no, it's Saturday, so I'll have this one here, and then I'm going out to lunch in a little bit with Claire, which you've met Claire. She lives up in Maine now, so we kind of meet halfway, and we'll end up at probably a brewery or something like that that has food, and I'll have a couple more, and that's it. But I mean, I don't know. I forget who I was talking to, but
Dave Fabry.
no, it wasn't. No, well, yeah, I just talked to him quite a bit, which he doesn't drink a lot, to be honest with you.
Huh.
Yeah, like whenever we go out and have lunch, I have a couple of mattresses, and he'll have a Coke or
He's too
Diet
busy
Coke or
yelling at
something.
me to have you on the podcast. That's why.
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. Yeah. Some things will never change. He's always in my
Mm.
corner for this kind of stuff.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No, but I don't know. I just I read something somewhere that someone had just kind of stopped drinking, and they just said they felt better.
Hmm.
And not that I feel bad, but I think I want to just kind of stop and see how it makes me feel. Does that make any sense?
It does. It does. Because if it's
Yeah.
contributing to something you don't know until you stop.
Right. I mean, I by no means I don't wake up and I don't got the DTs or anything or tremors. I don't have to have anything, but I
Right.
think I'd like to I think I'd just like to see what it's like being you.
You
No,
don't.
no,
Don't.
no, no, really. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't let this fool me.
no, but I mean, let's face it. You've probably gone to plenty of places where you're not drinking, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And people around you are
Any place I've
probably
been to.
okay,
I'm
right?
just
Yeah.
sorry. I'm just teasing. I'm teasing.
No, no, I know. That was good though. That was pretty good. Um, that was a bronze. That was a bronze. It's not quite comedy gold. That was
I
bronze.
deserve that. I deserve that.
It's still kind of a semi-precious metal. No, I kind of, it's if people making jackasses out of themselves or whatever, or you probably see it through a different lens, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
I do.
you get to see what's going on, and the people who are, you know, shit faced don't know what they're doing sometimes, I guess, or what. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I'd just like to see it from the other side of the table. That's all.
Have you? I just love the finish. We gotta get to stop drinking. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, I like the taste of it, but
Yeah.
I think I just like to, that's
No.
all.
Do you think that? Well, all right, well, let me ask you this first. What's the without drinking? Have you gone any extended time? Not that you're drunk. I'm not trying to
No,
insinuate anything on you.
no.
Um,
The first 24 years of my life, I think I didn't start
oh,
drinking until, yeah, I didn't. Like even when I was 21, I didn't drink or anything like that. So, but recently, I don't know. I think I stopped for 2 hours last week.
in a
Yeah, no,
row?
no, 2 whole hours in a row. No, I don't know, to be honest with you. It's not like I haven't consciously said, hey, listen, I'm gonna not do this for any certain amount of time. So it would kind of be a first to to just not do it. You know, I kind of people New Year's resolution kind of thing. People like I'm gonna stop drinking this year, and a couple of months later they're back at it. I just want to see if I can go a couple of months without having some.
So you're not saying you're stopping for good, unless something
No.
miraculous happens and you feel the best you've ever felt, but you love the taste. So you're
Yeah.
plan to do it as a experiment, so to speak, to see where you are after what it was drinking actually doing to you, mentally and physically. I would imagine.
Yeah. And not only that, what is it doing for me? It's
Oh,
not really doing, it's really it doesn't do much, you know. Um,
makes you
it's almost like
interesting.
I think yeah, well, yeah, I'll be the most boring person in the world, I guess, for a little while. But
But I am, I'm the most boring because just by definition. So you would have to
oh,
be. Oh, what's this?
oh, hold on. Oh
10:40, 10:45. I
no,
lost you.
no, sorry. David was calling me
What?
again. Yeah,
Shut
it's
up.
kind of funny, right? Yeah, I guess it's not like he knows this is going on because he
Right,
can't
right.
hear it or
Oh,
anything.
he does. I
But
had to tell him. Listen, I'm having them tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Relax, settle down.
right. Yeah, but again, just to see.
Yeah.
That's all. See if it makes any difference, and if it makes no difference, then so be it. That's fine. But like you said, if it makes a huge difference, and if it's life changing or something, not having this or anything, like maybe I won't drink anymore. I mean, who knows? But as for right now, I just plan on, I don't know, maybe taking a little break.
Do you have a goal as to like a? You gonna take it? I hate the term, but not. I don't hate the term, but the term is not. I'll just say the term instead of talking about it. I'm gonna stop saying term.
Yeah,
Okay, is that right?
yeah, that would be fine.
Are you just gonna do it like one day at a time? Are you gonna do it a week at a time? Do you have a? No, I told you I didn't want to say it. I see your face. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way. I just meant like literally. Is that what you're gonna do? Like, I'm not
Uh,
gonna drink today.
yeah, just kind of see what it's all about. I'd kind of like to just go out and not feel like, not that I feel like I have to, but it's almost automatic when I go out somewhere, and I go out to eat or I go out with people. I order a drink. It's like, do I really need to do that? I guess is where I'm going.
But you like it though.
I do, but I just feel like I
See,
don't know.
the devil's advocate in me says, "Well, you like it though." It's like me saying, "Oh man, I love this V8 sparkling energy drink." I
Oh,
swear when I get them, no, but
yeah.
now I
Is
don't want.
V8
But now I don't.
sponsoring you?
No,
Yeah,
I want them to.
yeah.
Somebody should let them know. Um,
I'll give him a call when we're done.
thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
I'll tell Dave. Tell Dave he owes me.
Yeah, it's up to Dave.
Um,
David will give them a call. He
but it's
knows
like,
people.
so why would I want to stop drinking one? I mean, I know it's an energy drink, and it's not ounce can. It's not like it's 24 ounces. Like those Monster drinks will kill you. Those Red Bull
Yeah.
drinks will kill you. They have. I just think that you enjoy. That's the devil's advocate.
Well,
I'm not advocating you
well,
not stopping.
because what you're drinking isn't potentially deadly, right?
Some would argue it is because it's an energy drink.
Well, I
It's not
guess.
gonna. It's
Okay.
not gonna. It's not gonna impair
It's
me.
not going to impair you. Right.
Control that.
Right.
You can control your impairedness.
Of course you can control your impairedness. That is true. But how many people actually do control their impairedness
That's a good
when
point.
they're out, doing whatever, it's like, I'll have another one. All right, yeah, I'll have another one. Oh, great, thanks, one more. And then you get up and it's like, should I really, I need to call an Uber, you know? Um, Again, it's just something I'm thinking about.
Yeah, well, I'm glad
Why I
because
brought it up, I don't know, but
well, I'm glad you did because I have Krista waiting to come in for an intervention with you right now. So let's bring in Krista, everybody. Krista and Dawn and Melissa. Let's get them all in here.
only if Dawn moons me. That's the only way she can come on this podcast.
Dawn mooned me once.
Yeah, well, so she does not remember that
She
though.
does not remember it, and
She
that
does not.
therein
No.
lies your argument to stop drinking. If she wasn't drinking, actually, I don't even know if she was drinking. I don't think she was.
Prob-
I don't
no,
think they
she
were.
was a good girl. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think any of those girls ever touched a sip of alcohol until they were in their 30s.
Am I supposed to believe that? Really?
Yeah, no, 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 no.
Whoa!
I actually. Oh,
I just
are you
spilled.
sure there's? Are you sure there's nothing in that V8? Oh, you
Honest to
have to
God,
clean that up, don't you?
I'll just sit in it.
It's not the first time you said that,
It's
have
not,
you?
it's not the first time I've sat in an orange liquid. Wait a second. What?
Yeah, yeah.
All over the Batman shirt, Tom. Yeah.
Well, fortunately, it's dark.
Dark. Yes.
So yes, yeah. So
Can't even see it.
yes, yeah. You won't be able to see it. It should come out just fine. I mean, there's probably nothing in. What is in that anyway? That V8. It's not like that garbage, the red stuff that they
The red,
sold.
red.
No, no, V8, the actual like,
Oh, the tomato juice.
yeah, that
Vegetable juice.
disgusting. Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't know.
mean, is that in that?
No, that's the funny thing is it's not like that at all. I legitimately like the way this tastes. It tastes like this is orange pineapple. It tastes like it's got bubbles in it.
So why is it called V8 though? Why don't they just call it orange pineapple?
Well, I think they, well, I think V8 makes it. I think that's why. I don't know. I'm guessing. I
It's
don't
kind
know.
of false advertising though, right? I mean, V8, the V8 you grew up with and loved apparently.
Yeah,
The tomato juice, I don't know, the big tomato juice guy.
they're
But
branching out.
yeah, so there's no tomato juice in that at all.
No, I don't think so. If there is, it's well disguised,
Masked.
well
Yes. Okay.
masked. Yes, yes,
Yeah. All
yes.
right. There. Okay. There you go.
Are you thinking about V8 sparkling energy drinks, orange pineapple, please?
Promise I will not.
I drink the rest, and when I drop this again, it won't go all over me again.
Mm. So yeah, I'm reading a book.
Good segue. What,
No, I know. No,
do tell.
no. Yeah. Sinead O'Connor wrote a book called Rememberings. You remember Sinead O'Connor? Of course you do, right? She ripped up the picture of the Pope, that whole
Shinehead.
thing. Yeah.
Shinehead.
Yeah.
For that
Oh,
Phil Hartman skit.
yeah. Shine. Yeah. Yeah.
Shinehead.
So I don't know if you ever liked her or her music or anything, but I'd highly recommend it. She tells a pretty funny story about Prince. So, Prince wrote Nothing Compares to You for her, and, she sang it. Well, apparently she went on, like, some interview afterwards, and she cursed, or, said curse word or something like that, and Prince got all mad at her and invited her over to his house and then had a pillow fight with her. But he put something hard in the pillowcase and was, like, hitting her, like upset with her because she swore on an interview and talking about that song and stuff like that. And she actually had to like run out of his house at night in bare feet, and his people chased her like down the driveway to the road. It's kind of a funny story. You should
You know
check it
what's
out if you
I actually read that excerpt. They had that on
did.
because
You?
I swear
Yeah.
and I thought the same. I'm like, this is bizarre. Like it I forget who cares, but I read. I like to read different excerpts from books just in case Sinead O'Connor's book, just because. But
Oh, I
with
used to I used to
with an
love her.
excerpt, did you
Yeah,
really?
I did. Yeah, yeah.
She considers Nothing Compares to You. Her she doesn't even consider Prince's song.
Well, it's easy to say once the guy's dead, I guess, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
but
yeah.
that's I read that as well in that excerpt somewhere that she
Mm,
no longer considers Prince's song.
yeah. Well, but anyway, I thought that was interesting.
It is interesting. Pillow fight.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, if actually the world would be a better place if we had pillow fights every time somebody swore. Don't you think?
Yeah, not if you're going to put the horseshoe in it.
Well, we leave those out, I guess,
Yeah,
for
you
for
know.
the for the for the sake of the rest of the world.
Right. I mean, I don't know if it was a horseshoe. I don't want to, say things I don't know, but
I was thinking a bag of quarters. I mean, a box of quarters. What do you call it? No, what
probably
do
a
you call it?
roll of nickels.
Roll of nickels, roll of quarters. That's right. Is that a roll in your?
Yeah.
Is that a roll of quarters in your pillowcase? Or are you just happy to see me? Come on,
I see.
it's
You
got
know
a
what?
lot.
I
I
also
know.
knew that was coming. As
I,
soon as
I,
I said, as soon as I said roll of nickels, I said somehow it's going to be, are you happy to see me?
but I couldn't see the. I couldn't figure out the word roll. What was I calling it? A bucket?
Yeah,
It was. I don't know what I was calling. I
yeah,
couldn't
I think
think.
you said bucket of nickels, which
I'm.
would
You
like,
understand? My groin. I'm freezing right now. Is
right.
this is not comfortable. But for you,
See,
Tom, I'm sticking it out. What?
well, I appreciate it. Yeah, if you need to get an adult diaper or something, you just leave that camera right there, and
That's not going to help me now.
yeah. No, it isn't, is it? Well, it might help with sitting in the.
I could just. I'd be
See, all right, yeah. This one is not getting watched by anybody. I'm so
they'll get this far and be like, yeah, okay, I've had enough
Yeah,
of
all
this.
right, time to go. Um, so you said in your year review thing that you were doing that you went to a Comic Con.
Oh yeah, I've been to tons of
Yeah.
Comic Cons.
What do you go to Comic Cons for? Now, obviously, I know what a Comic Con is, but what interests you at a Comic Con?
First time I went, um, I'll be perfectly honest. I went to make fun of everybody. Not verbally. I wanted to see the wackos that went to Comic Con, basically, and I'm glad I did because it's not. It wasn't. It well, not that I am one of those wackos because I don't dress up when I go. I wear this. Honestly, I would go to a Comic Con looking like this with a Batman shirt, and that's
Hmm.
it. That's as far as I go. I do put something on because I do feel like you're at a Comic Con. I don't know. I just feel like I should wear something. I have
So you're
tons
trying to be like an undercover spy reporter
of.
blending in with
I'm incognito.
with the
They'll never
nerds.
suspect me. They'll never
Yeah,
suspect me
yeah, yeah.
with these freaks. But actually, honestly, I love them. I think they're so fantastic. I think they're great. Other than last year, I would go. I went for the last 5 or 6 years, either to Boston or Rhode Island or both. Um, they have all kinds of celebrities there, and they're more than friendly. I saw Jason Momoa there. I saw Stan Lee was there, and you don't even have to. You get to see them like dollars to shake Stanley's hand, but I can walk by and see him.
Mm,
I walk by. Some people I will,
yeah.
um, but except for Jerry the King Lawler was there, and he was a giant dick. And I just Damon is out of his mind when he hears that because he loves him, but he was an absolute dick. I don't understand why anybody would go to a place where people love you and be a giant douche, unless you are a giant douche. I don't know what he had going that day, but he
Well,
was
I've
an
always
absolute.
said, a leopard doesn't change its spots. If the guy's douchey, he's going to be douchey at those things too. So
It was just weird. It was.
don't tell Damon I said that.
Yeah, I won't. I won't. David doing this right now. Blah 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 blah. Can't hear anything. But I went to go look at to make fun. Like I said, and not make fun. Like I said, not just to me. People watch basically is a better way of putting it.
Hmm.
But there's all kinds of things you can get. Actually, that's where the Funko Pops came in because they're big with Funko Pops because they have all the action, like they have all the Marvel Funko Pop. Every category you can have.
Hmm.
That's where I learned of them, and I just had such a great time, and I was by myself. Like I didn't even someone from work once or twice, and but that's kind of a drag to me because I got to deal with this guy who knows what's going. I'm onto something. I see you pointing.
You are you're onto something. I like to go to concerts,
Sure.
but I like to go by myself
Yes.
to a lot of them because I don't want to deal with having to talk to anybody else. I'm there to see the show, you know. I don't want to deal with person next to me. Oh, hey, you want to? Let's go get a drink. Do something. No. I want to stand right here. I want to watch the show. What? What? We have to leave? No. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. So I would go to places like that by myself as well. Not, but I have never been to a Comic Con, and it surprised me that you had been to one. That's all. And I had
Yeah.
remembered you said that, and I said, why would George be going to a Comic Con? I didn't think there was anything that. Hi, pretty girl.
Oh, hi. For those listening on
Yeah,
audio
for
with no
those listening on
video.
audio, that's yes.
Yes.
Sorry, that's the cat. The cat just came out. I guess she heard me talking or something. Um, but yeah, I go to these things by myself. Like I got a ticket to go see Genesis.
Oh, nice.
In I think they're coming in December. And I thought, you know what? Should I buy two and then see if someone wants to go? And I said, you know what? No, I'm buying one. I'm going by myself, and I can listen to the band, pay attention to the music, and that's it. Now, of course, I have gone to concerts with people before. Obviously, like I've gone to concerts with Alicia Parisi's. I've been to concerts with Claire a lot and stuff like that. Sometimes I like going to concerts with people, but if it's something where I really am going to be like digging it and into it, I'd rather go by myself. Like movies by myself too. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, and
Not
the good thing
just
about that too, on the way home, you can just call an Abacab. Come on, Tom, don't make the face. Let the people know that you're digging it. Come on, that was funny.
all right. You know that was good. See, my my actual one. I want them to play stuff off Abacab when they do this show. I just don't know that they're going to. I'd also like to hear The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway,
Oh, I
but
don't
I
know that
don't
one.
know if they'll play. Yeah, that's back when Peter Gabriel was the lead singer in the
Oh,
'70s at some
those
point.
guys.
Yeah, yeah. No, you know Peter Gabriel. Come on.
I do, I do.
Yeah,
Dave
yeah.
Matthews covers his song "Sledgehammer," and crap.
How
What's the
does
name?
this how does this always come back to Dave Matthews?
Because all my roads lead back to Dave Matthews. You should know this by now. I can't think of the
Did
other
Dave
song. What's Peter Gabriel's other biggest song? Sledgehammer and what? What's the other one?
um oh
Because he sings two of them.
there's a lot of them.
I know, but what is it? Oh, see, you're a fan. I'm just a casual observer.
Oh,
He covers
s-
Free Hill. It's um, that doesn't matter. I'm just saying he
yeah,
covers two songs. I
yeah.
think doesn't matter. It's not important.
In
What
Your Eyes maybe?
Yeah, that's not the one. But what is
That's not the
important
one.
is
Yes.
I will tell you the best concert I ever went to by myself, bar none. You might think it's
Culture
Dave Matt.
Club.
Well, do you,
I
is that are you trying
no,
to do you really
I
want
am.
to?
Yeah, I really do. No, tell me. What's
It was Paul McCartney in Boston Garden. I don't know.
really?
I got one seat because rarely you don't sell twos all the time. There's always one seat floating somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
An expensive ticket, but I said, when am I going to get to see Paul McCartney? I'm not going to remember how much it is 10 years from now. I'm just going to remember going this night, and it's going to be awesome. Concert I've ever, it could be very well be the best concert I've ever seen, not just by myself, because it was like an eve. I saw him at Fenway too in the concert. He was, playing all the hits, just rocking. But at the Garden that night, for some reason, it was like an evening with Sir Paul McCartney. He told stories. He made fun of himself. He played all the hits still. His drummer's from Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he played all the Beatles hits. They played all the Wings hits. Some McCartney's. It was rare, and he told stories about it. It was phenomenal. And even by my like, Hey Jude, there was
Mm-hmm.
nothing. I've never experienced anything better than Hey Jude at the Garden, because he had, at the end, the na 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 na, Hey Jude, na 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 na, and he
I've
would
heard it
have
once or twice.
once or twice.
Yeah.
I thought he said Hey Dude. I don't know. But he led. Tom, it doesn't stop. I mean, timeout. Tom's calling a timeout. Everybody,
Uncle, I give. Yeah.
I don't know if that works.
Yeah.
But he like the ladies, the men, the right side. It was just. I know that doesn't make it sound like it was phenomenal, but when everybody complied, it was great. It was phenomenal.
Oh,
It was just
of
so much
course, it's
fun.
Sir Paul.
Exactly. When you say no to Sir Paul, you get asked to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave Matthews is my favorite live acts. But if I have to pick one concert to see again, it would be that night in Boston Garden, Paul McCartney, and I felt bad because I went to as good because it was the Boston. It was great, but it wasn't as good as the Boston Garden one. I don't even know if it's called the Boston Garden.
Just
What's your best concert that you? It didn't matter, but it did. Point going alone. I'm not talking to people during the songs.
right.
So, what was your favorite concert of all time that you went to by yourself?
Boy, that's a tough question.
Is that person ever going to stop backing up, or is he like going
Can
0.3
you
miles
really
an
hear
hour?
that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been hearing it for the last 5 minutes.
I
Now it's stopped.
I totally forgot it was even going on. Um, I'm numb to the
You'd think you'd get there by now. I would have
yeah.
turned it around.
The parking lot's not that big. I
Seriously.
don't know what this guy's doing. Yeah, I have no idea. Um, I don't know. The best concert I ever went to was probably, I mean, by myself. Um, Shit, I don't know. I can't tell you.
Come on, you can tell me. We're friends here.
Yeah, I know, but
No,
yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
yeah, I don't know. I like all of the ones I went to, but
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins was really good
Really?
at the Garden.
The garden.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
still call it the Garden, don't they? The TD Garden now.
Now that yeah, there's a catch
It's
to it.
not the
They just call
Boston
it the
Garden anymore.
garden, but it's not the bar.
Yeah, but that was really good. I don't know. Rod Stewart was good. Saw Rod
Really?
Stewart, but I didn't go by myself to Rod Stewart, so that's kind of a fib. But that was probably a really good concert. I kicked myself in the ass for two things. I had a chance to go see David Bowie, and I couldn't go, and I wish I had done that. And I also had a chance to see Elton John like in the early '90s, and I didn't go see. Now, granted, I can still see Elton John, but I mean, I don't know if I want to pay $1,200 for a ticket to see Elton John. I mean, that's kind of music's great and all, but I can listen to it on the radio. Don't need to be spending $1,200 for a ticket to see Elton John. Um,
Yeah.
but and it's not like he's one of my favorites. I mean, if Queen was still around, the original lineup, I'd definitely pay that kind of money to see them. But I just can't justify it with Elton John. Although it would be a great concert.
You
Did
wanna
you see him?
who? Queen?
No, Elton John.
I have an Elton John story. My mother,
Well,
my mother
do
was.
tell.
I will while you sip that last sip. My mother was me, and I said to her, "Mom, I would like to take you to the Elton John concert. They're playing here. The tickets were not outrageously expensive. They were." She goes, "No, that's okay." I'm like, "All right, um, okay. You nope, just not
Yeah.
interested." I'm like, "All right, but you like Elton John?" Nope, not interested. Okay, I guess we'll just stay here and watch the games. I guess. Okay.
Christ, what was she doing that night? Picking Hummels
That's what I wanted to know. I'm like,
out of the chimney?
oh, nice, 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 nice. Good reference. Maybe that's what it was. I was
You like
shocked.
that? Yeah.
I was shocked because I thought that was a great little gift. We get married, and I was like, okay, here's a, I'll take you out, and we'll go to an Elton John concert. She goes, no, okay,
And that's it?
that's it. That's the story.
So there's
I
nothing else to the story?
just, no, I wish there was. There's not.
I will never get that 2 minutes back.
No.
No, no, no. I mean, it would have
Look,
been.
I'm still standing. I mean, we went to the empty garden, is what we did. That's what we did. It was
Oh, no, no,
yes, yes. It's gonna
no.
keep going. It's gonna until you have to leave in 25 minutes.
All right, that'll be it. Oh, wow, you managed to squeak two of his songs into there. That was pretty good.
Hey,
That was pretty good.
you
I
know.
haven't even done anything like that today. You're way ahead of me on the curve.
Ah,
I really haven't made any jokes.
oh, let's go. Step it up. This
I
is
know.
the
I don't know
this
what
is.
to do, folks.
I'll tell you, he's
Folks,
not going to be there for year two. It's you, Tom Grady. At least I'll have to have Krista with you if I'm going to do that.
I think that would be something.
It would.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, maybe we'll wait a
Yeah.
couple months. I don't. People like again, really?
No, we don't need. We definitely don't need the overload at this point.
But I would like
Um,
that. That would be fun. Actually, I can have up to 8 people on this thing. I could do 1 million of us. Well, I guess that's a slight exaggeration, but
a million
I'll get
minus.
I'll get many and two. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't do the math on that
No, I
that
wasn't
fast.
doing
I
it
was
either.
yeah.
I was like,
I was, yeah.
carry that. There's nines involved. I don't want to do that. I'm good.
And besides the new math they got the kids doing, I would have had to have broken out the abacus,
Abacabus?
the abacabus. That was good. Got the whiteboard out, So
Yeah, showing your work is crap to me. Look, I know the answer. What do you want me to do? 1 + 1 is 2. I have to show you. But move on. You've done your job.
it
You've
is,
taught me.
yeah. But again, see, this is where we both don't have children.
Right.
So who knows if it's good for them or not? I don't know. I haven't really talked to any parents and been like, hey, so what do you think about the new math? It's just never come up. But I can't imagine that anybody is for it.
Here's your new math. Right there. It's all
Oh,
you need.
right, exactly. Like I said, our fancy pocket computers.
I love these. You told me I've used that for the rest of my life. Suckers. I mean, when's the last
Yeah,
time you used a Pythagorean theory? I haven't. Well, I guess I just did, but
just yesterday. Just yesterday.
squared. Ugh, I'll never know. I'll never know. If only I paid attention in Miss Sheriff's class. We were in geometry together, you and I.
Were we?
Miss Sheriff.
What grade was that? I don't even remember.
Ninth, 10th.
Might
We
have
were
it might have been 10th. I don't know.
we weren't in many classes together, you and
No,
we were in geometry. You had Miss Sheriff, right?
I believe George. Honest to God, I can't remember. Isn't that
Put the
so?
beer put the beer down.
No, 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 it's not even that. Again, I was out to lunch with David the other day, and I was talking to him, and I said, "Listen, something's happening. Like I am going to speak, and the word that I want to say is at the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. Isn't that awful? I mean, it doesn't happen all the time. It's just every once in a while,
But
and
when
it
it
just.
does,
But when it does, I think to myself, my God, what, I hope this isn't the start of anything, like, am I drinking too much? I don't know. No, no, seriously, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I used to have like a very good command of the English language. My vocabulary was really good, but now I struggle a little bit when I go to say something, and I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not to the point where I want to get it checked out, like hey doc, can you take a look at this? But it's very frustrating when you want to say something and it's at the tip of your tongue and you can't do it. And I mean, we're only 50. Well,
I'm
I'm
not.
not 50 yet.
Neither.
I'm not. Yeah, yeah, no.
You're in August.
But
You're in August.
I am in August. And when are you?
November.
Oh, is it November?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Thanksgiving.
Not even close.
No, no, I know, no, no. I actually, I don't know when the actual date of you. But,
I think
but
you
what
have
I'm
the.
saying,
If I'm real quick, I think you have
I
this.
don't. If
You
you even tell me the day, I will fall over.
6. I think it's 6 or 7. It's one of the two.
Did you just look that up somewhere?
Yeah. Yes. I said Tom Squirrel, and you looked, and I went Tom Brady's birthday. So I'm
No,
right
no.
because you and
You,
Amy are back either the same day or next. Do you actually? I think Amy's the 7th.
Amy
You're the
who?
6th. How many other Amy's have a birthday the day after you?
I have. There's one Amy that has a birthday the same day as me.
Okay, that's her then. You guys have the same day. It's either the 6th or 7th. If I have to bet,
It's the
if I have to
sixth. It's the
guess, I would
sixth.
say the
Yeah,
6th.
it's the
Okay,
sixth. Yeah. So, yeah, Amy Ottaviano Linger. AOL, I call her.
because you're the
Yeah, it
slow
never gets
startup.
old. She loves that. Yeah. Um, that's right. Yeah, she has the same birthday as I do. But yeah, it's just
And the only reason I know
So what
that
I
is because she starts telling us in July.
well, that's also yes, yes.
You
Amy
can't
has what we like to call the birthday month. So
6
it,
months.
it the,
I saw one today, guys. Not to push any buttons, but August 6th is around the corner. If you want to get me flowers, I don't know if you saw the construction I'm doing on my I need stuff for my house.
now.
Hey, I'm just telling it like I read it. That's what I read every day. Listen, my
Yeah, well
birthday's coming
that's
up. Love my birthday. Today's my birthday.
yeah.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
That's
But
also like there's a guy that a lot of us are friends with on Facebook, his dogs died. A couple of them. And I mean they died years ago, but we're still getting posts about the dogs.
can you?
And I can't,
What was it?
I,
Should I
I,
know? Should I know?
no, I don't know if you know him or not.
Look, I
I'm not
just made
sure.
fun. I just made fun of Amy. All right,
Yeah, but
say something.
that's, yeah. We'll circle back to that.
All right, all right.
Yeah, like next podcast, But I think a lot of people go on Facebook and they're just, kind of looking for a little bit of validation, I guess. Um, this is what I'm doing. This is what I like. How do people feel about it? And again, yeah, I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I put where I'm having dinner or something like that. Like, hey, does anybody else like this place? Whatever. This is where I'm at. Blah blah blah. But there are some people who go that extra mile, and just yeah.
Do you ever
Yeah.
go into your memories and look back and read and go, "What the hell was I thinking?" I,
Every day a
me
memory
too,
pops up,
me
I do
too.
actually.
I do the same. I'm like, what was I? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like who hacked my account on this day? Like, why would I ever say that? Oh my god!
Yeah, one of my
Yes,
memories
I
came up from like,
cringe every
yeah,
day.
one of my memories came up from like 2009, like a
Oh,
few days ago, and I was like, "What's wrong with you? Why
right.
nobody needed to know that?" It was like what I cooked for dinner or something, and a pic. I was like, nobody needed to know that, and I was embarrassed that I posted it. To be honest with you,
One where I'm trying to be funny and I'm like, oh my god! Like I see what you're trying, but no.
but didn't you
But
think it was the funniest thing you ever wrote at the time?
less than 100 likes. But you guys are idiots. You guys are all jerks. You don't know funny if you saw it.
Yeah.
But today I'm like, what were you thinking? What a colossal dude were.
Yeah, not are. Yes, no, were. You've grown, George.
Oh
You've
my
grown.
god.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I do. I cringe. I absolutely cringe. I'm like, oh, please don't share that. Don't share the share. I just want to delete the share button because I don't even want the opportunity. Some like I'll share once in a great while,
yeah,
but I'm like that. I can't believe that I thought that was funny, or as funny as I thought it was. Just so
yeah.
stupid.
I actually have kind of gravitated away from Facebook. Like, I check it sometimes to see what's going on, but I hardly post anything anymore. Facebook now for me is just kind of a way to keep in touch with people. Um,
And find out when Amy's birthday is.
well, no, I knew when her birthday was. It, it's just to see. Here we go. It's just to right.
You know what it is? It's karma for you because you had the amazing gift of being able to drop and nobody would hear it but me.
Yes, and I remember. Yes, I remember that word correctly, and I did it. I did it often.
Tom
I
would
used to.
drop. Guy,
No, 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 no. I'll let you tell the story. That's fine.
Tom would drop a C bomb right in front of multiple girls who was there, but I was there, and it would be at least one girl there, and the girl would not even hear it, or if she did, they couldn't have heard it because you'd done it to many of them, and not one of them even stopped talking, stopped anything, or even acknowledged it. It's just it was amazing that superpower you had, and I don't
No,
know if you
yeah.
still have it, but
No,
it was
no, no. I don't. I no. Everybody hears everything I say now,
years
and it's
now.
yeah, yeah,
I'm like, how is this happening? It's funny. It was so funny though, because you would just say you wouldn't even be. You would say it like out loud. I would hear it very clear. They wouldn't, and you
yeah.
can't tell me they
No,
all ignored it. There's no way. Like they had
I
some special Tom Club. Listen, we just ignore it. Make
no.
him think he's got special powers. No, you had
Yeah, no,
superpowers,
no.
Tom.
I don't know what it was, but yeah. Geez, I didn't think that would ever come up.
Right. That's what I mean. I don't know where it's gonna go. So
Yeah, yeah. I yeah. I used to. Yeah, that wasn't a good period. but but
it was
again,
fun. I laughed.
nobody ever knew about it until
Right.
now. Yeah,
But the
until
damage is done,
until
and
right now.
but you're gonna
Yeah.
forget about it Thursday, so it doesn't matter. It's
Oh
okay.
yeah, that yeah. What did we just talk about? But so like I was saying about Facebook, it's just kind of it's just a place to keep in touch with people that I don't talk to on a regular basis now.
Yeah.
I like this better. You're a little blurry now.
I look better
Yeah,
blurry, don't I?
yeah, yeah.
The ring. Wee.
I do see that. I think I told you earlier. I think that looks better.
Yeah. Did you see?
But you
Look, it took me a year to figure chat logo right there. Can you see that? Can you see that on your screen?
chatting up top? Yeah,
Yeah, my picture. I just put that there the
yeah.
other day. I could have done that the whole time. I had no idea.
So
Into the show, but I just realized I could have had my logo on there. I was gonna put a giant dick there for you, but I didn't know if it was you know appropriate or not. Delete it, but I probably wouldn't have been able to.
yeah, that would have been
A beer
that
would
would
have
have
been
been
better. I'm sorry.
that would
Oh,
have been cute. Yes. Well, just put a giant beer there. That's fine.
of you, I remember after our first
Picking my
podcast.
nose.
I
I
thought
was like,
I thought. But here's what I thought, Tom. I know you were pissed. And
yeah,
I
yeah. No, I wasn't. No, no, no.
well
Pissed
not
isn't.
pissed,
I
but
wasn't pissed.
but you know what's funny
But I
is
said, No, you know what I said. I said, listen, you put a great picture of everybody else that you do this podcast with, and then you put a picture of me picking my nose. I said, George, what's going on?
I put Melissa with a black eye though. I wasn't.
But she fights.
Well, you pick. What,
Not every fucking day. Oh,
no, you can
not,
swear. You
yes.
can swear. You can swear.
No, I shouldn't swear. That's bad. Bad.
Bad Tom. My thought was this, Tom, because I debated it, but in the end, I'm like, well,
Mm.
he put that picture. I took it from your page, so you obviously put it up there yourself,
I
or
didn't put that picture up.
you
That
could
was a
you but
picture.
you could have untagged yourself if you didn't want it there.
I didn't know how to do that crap.
Is that right? See, I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
Really?
I really did. I did at the time. I mean,
I
no,
apologize.
no, it's okay. No, again, it really doesn't bother me. But I was like, Jesus, George, come on.
Going for
And
the
a picture
joke.
of me. Yeah, no, I know it was a joke. But I should have, at some point Googled how to do it or something. I mean, I don't spend that much time on Facebook to know, how to. I think I just figured out how to make my page private, just because, well, just so like friends of friends can't, you know what I mean? My friends can see what I don't care about that, but I don't want their friends looking at stuff that isn't made for their consumption.
Yeah,
Put
because
stuff
then
I post on there. It's for people I know or whatever, but it's not for people I don't know.
I like it.
So well, I just figured But then I went down this whole YouTube rabbit hole. Have you ever done that?
Of course.
Yeah, you search for something and then then this like shiny video pops up on the corner
Yeah.
and I think I ended up watching the I Want to Piss on You video by Chappelle making fun of R. Kelly. I ended the night with that, and I was trying to figure out how to make my Facebook page, friends only, and I'm watching. I want to piss on you, drip, 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 and I was like, how did I get here? It was like an hour later, and
I
I'm
was gonna
watching
say
Dave Chappelle videos. So it's a fun thing, the internet.
it's it's
Well, I'm glad we didn't have it when we were kids.
why?
Well, have you seen any of the stuff that people do now just to gain approval with their peers or what? I mean, these kids are putting pictures of themselves up there that should not be put out there, because once you throw something up there, it's there forever.
Like what? I
You
mean,
know,
seriously,
like
like what? Like
no, I don't mean kids I mean, just people that post like the pictures of themselves in compromising positions and whatnot, or stuff like that, or
we
they
call them
think it's
blackmail pictures, basically.
well, right. They think it's cute to send their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever pictures of themselves in various stages of undress, but what they don't realize is that that's out there for good.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of that. So when you're a grandmother someday and your grandkids are searching on the internet for something, they put your name up, they're going to find a picture of you topless. I mean, how is that, or whatever, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
It's just, I think kids are getting themselves in trouble with it now. And I think that if we had it, we probably would have done that too. It would have been a whole lot different.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. There was no way to do things like that. I mean, even the text messages that people send and stuff like that that they say, that's out there forever. You tell somebody something on a text or whatever, that's stored somewhere forever. Not that anyone's going to look for it if you're a, you know, regular Joe Schmo or whatever, but say you text somebody something inappropriate, then you decide to run for governor or something. That stuff comes up. It's going to bite people in the ass, and I think it's going to happen to a lot more people now in the future. I mean, we might not be here to see it happen, but people that are texting stupid stuff right now or sending stupid pictures out right now, that's not going to be good in the future.
Wasn't there a? I don't follow politics really at all, but you couldn't get away from the guy. I don't know what he was running for or if he was actually in office,
Yes, he sent out pictures of
but his name
his
was
little
Wiener
friend.
though. That's okay, right? I mean,
Was it Anthony Weiner?
Tony Dix, yeah, Tony Dix. Anthony, I think it was Anthony.
Good night, everybody.
I had to give him a pass because his name's Wiener. What's wrong with that? Listen, if my name was George Nutsack, guess what? You'd be have you have to, right?
I
Brenda
have never
Boob,
been more happy that your
Brenda
last
Boobs.
name is Noonan.
See,
Yeah.
see.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, I'm
Yeah.
just
No.
waiting for Virginia. I'll be in. It'll make. What you don't think that could happen? I'm just saying. Listen. If people are still listening now, then you know that. Okay.
You know what? I'm not sure they are, to be honest with you. So,
But no, but you're right though. If we and we've seen all the memes. I'm so glad I didn't have the internet back then because you're right. You get because we would
yeah.
have done the same stupid things, and they're only doing it because they have the means to do it. We didn't have the means to do it. We weren't smarter than they are. What? What? You just said we would have done it ourselves.
But I didn't say we had the memes to do
No,
it.
no, no. Means,
Oh,
means. We
I
didn't. We
thought you
didn't.
said we had the memes to do it. Like,
No,
you
I
know,
love. No, I wish we did have the memes. That would have been great. But I love memes. But no, we didn't have the means. We didn't have these computer pockets, as you like to. We didn't. We didn't have the iPhones in back. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. We would have probably. I wouldn't have. I'd be like, listen, I don't want to see because it's not. You'd send out the schlong.
my
I'd send
Schwartz
out
is
the.
not as, yeah,
I'd send
I
out the
see your
Schwartz.
Schwartz. Yeah, yeah.
You have the ring, and I see your Schwartz is as big. Let's see how well you handle it.
Huh?
You should keep, that's very good. You should, wait, maybe I can.
Colonel Sanders, may I speak with you, please?
What?
That's really good stuff. Everybody, big hand to George Noonan
Hey.
for his Spaceballs impersonation.
No,
Who's
that's
that? Was it Lord? Was it Nader or something? What they call him?
Dark Helmet. Dark Helmet.
Dark
It was
Helmet.
played
Dark
by Rick
Helmet. Yeah.
Moranis.
Yeah, the nerds guy, right?
Honey, Kids.
But he was in Revenge of the Nerds
No,
before.
you're thinking.
Before
No,
no.
no, Rick Moranis wasn't in Revenge of the Nerds. You might
Hold
be
on.
thinking
Pull
of.
out your pocket
I know.
computer.
You're
Oh, you
thinking
do.
of. You're thinking of.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of David Carradine. Not David Carradine. What's his name?
David Carradine was in Kung Fu.
I know. I think he's a Keith Carradine.
How
or
about
something
the
like
new Kung Fu? Ridiculous.
that. Kung Fu Panda?
No, not. You know what? Never mind. I don't
No,
even
I
want to
know
get
what
it.
you're talking. I know it's Marvel. No, it's on CW. It's on the
Yeah,
CW. I didn't watch it.
so bad. So bad. Just,
Is it
just
really? I didn't watch it.
oh, it's terrible. It's like that. What's that Stargirl thing? Oh, terrible, awful. It's
I
like
didn't watch that either.
Miley Cyrus riding a broom. That's what it looks like. You know what I mean? Is you
There's a
know?
visual.
Yeah, well, yeah, like the wrecking ball, but
Her wrecking broom.
thinner.
Yes.
Yeah, her wrecking broom.
You said it as I was going for it, Tom. That was great. Good
Yeah,
timing there. That
that's
was.
pretty good. Uh, oh, that's George. I don't know. We have too much fun.
I know we do, and you have to
Is
get going. So I don't. Are you?
I do.
I know. So I want to. I don't want to hold you up. I want to.
Yeah, no,
wrap
that
it up. Is there anything you want
that's
to touch
fine.
upon, or say, or
Well,
do you
I
start an
don't
apology
know.
tour now if you want?
Yes, I will be performing at the Wilbur Theater, apologizing to everyone I offended this coming Sunday. No, I just want to say again, congratulations on a year of this.
Oh, thanks.
I've listened to a majority of them, and I think you're doing a really great job, and I hope you keep it up. Hopefully, it'll be good for you. Again, get some other guests other than Krista, please. No,
I'll
kidding.
try. I don't
Yeah,
want.
yeah, I know, kidding. I love her to death. I don't know. Keep it up, and if you ever need someone to fill in because all of your other guests
Because Chris is
bail
on
on you,
vacation.
yeah,
Chris is in
yeah,
Italy.
yeah. Unless Krista's in Italy, just give me a call. I'd be happy to come in
Absolutely.
again, and we've already established that I cannot be year 3 guest. Um, I don't know. Did we talk about vaping? No, I don't know.
No, see, we'll
Yeah,
save that for the
no.
next one.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next one. All right. Well, listen, George, take it easy, and thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and best of luck.
I love how
Oh,
you're
hold on.
ending the show.
Best of luck. There's nothing left. Oh, I'm not ending the show. You can end the show, George. I was just telling you how I was merely telling you how I felt.
That was
Yep, no problem. One more thing, real quick.
yes,
Was
sir.
there enough David Fabry on this podcast?
Never enough David Fabry.
There's never enough David Fabry. Fabry Masonry, everybody. I'll talk to you.